Stop recording video button. Take picture. Take picture. Stop 5 seconds. 7 seconds. Speech off.
Hey guys, what is up? It's Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. Very first story time ever. Okay. So, story time for Wednesday, June 29th. Man, how fast time flies. Anyway, so I am going to tell a super funny story. So, as you all know, I was born in 1979. Okay. Yes, I was born in 1979, late 70s. So I, had a little bit of issues develop, lung develop, all that good stuff. And back forth in and out of the hospital. Yeah, I didn't. I was in and out of the hospital for about. Man, I was in the hospital for about 3 months. They put me in an incubator. So the reason for my blindness is because of the retinopathy prematurity, also known AKA ROP. Okay, now don't start grabbing Kleenex. This is going to be a fun story, but it's going to get juicy. Trust me. So anyway, I don't actually remember when I went into the hospital. I think the last time I was in the hospital was in about 2. For the lung development and everything. So, yeah, started preschool 4, kindergarten 5, whatever. It was all good. So here's where the story gets really good. So my dad, he was a truck driver for years, and 50 years he done did reefers. He pulled reefers. He never did any flatbeds or any beams of that nature or anything. He just did fruits, veggies, meats, pizza dough, whatever. He hauled everything that was frozen, edible, produce, whatever it was. So I went with him. Several times. So I was about 7 years old. We were at the I forgot where we were, but I know it sticks out in my mind. So let me preface this real quick. So so back in the day, 60s, 70s, and 80s, everybody had a CB. Everybody had a CB radio. Okay, back in the 50s and 60s, you had to be licensed. Now in the 70s, they took that away, so that was all cool and well. You had to be licensed by the FCC, right? So you can't do certain things. You can't curse. You can't do anything. Well, that's all changed now. You go nowadays CBs aren't popular very much. But back in the 70s, they took away the license privileges. So you could sell drugs if you wanted to. Well, yeah, that did happen occasionally too. So anyway, me and my dad, we went to this truck stop. And by the way, my dad worked for a company called John's Gun Shop. Now so basically what we did, our route was basically we pick up a load of targets in Tucson, go to Oklahoma, drop off a load of targets, come back with a load of produce. That back and forth, that's what we did. What? Come in here. Yeah, I gotta come in the room. Yes. Just stay in there. So anyway, my dad drove for John's Gun Shop. He drove truck for years. He owned his own company, owned his own trucks, but he drove for John's Gun Shop. So that was what we did. So from Tucson to Oklahoma, when we got to Oklahoma, he'd drop a load of targets. We'd go back and get a load of produce on our way back home. It would be potatoes, lettuce. We did it all. And so at this time, I was 7 years old. I mean, man, but from the time I started talking, nobody could shut me up, and they still can't shut me up now. So anyway, about 7 years old. And my dad, we were at a truck stop. I don't know. He took a shower or whatever. I guess he took a shower. He was in there for quite a while. So my dad in his truck stop. It was cool. I stayed in the truck. Okay, I stayed in the truck. And of course, mind you, there was like tons and tons of trucks in different rows. So I'm listening to CB and I'm hearing a bunch of stuff, and I'm sitting in the truck. Mind you, the truck's shut off. Okay, no, nothing running, but I don't think we had produce on it. So I'm sitting in the truck. I'm in the driver's seat. I'm sitting in this truck. I'm hearing the CB and I'm listening to people. I'm not talking but I mean I was always on the CB, but so I'm sitting there, I'm listening. These truckers getting into a fight. What the hell? What the F? And boy, I get on that radio. All right, I'm putting you guys on restriction. And whoever cusses is gonna have to pay me 25 cents. And this is 7 years old, so everybody ignores it. Several truckers talking. They start in again. Okay, Jesus is coming for you. I'm gonna put y'all on restriction. Yeah, what is their driver? Hey, is that you in that green Peterbilt? Boy, I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to say. I didn't get back on. So nobody came back on. I'm gonna tell you what. I made the whole Channel 19 shut up though. It was silent. So he says, the guy come back on. How about you in that green Peterbilt? I didn't say nothing. So my dad come out of the truck stop. He came back at the truck. All right, boy? I said, yeah, I'm fine. They want to talk to you. I handed him the mic. He says, yeah. He says, what's going on? He says, no, we just seen somebody in that green Peterbilt in the fourth row over there. He said, oh, that's my son. He's messing around. I wasn't messing around. I was putting him on restriction. I was telling him like it was. So, yeah, it's, here's a good story. Here's a good one. And this is going to be, by the way, every Wednesday, guys. So make sure you like, subscribe, share my videos out. Especially if you like, my videos get suggested. The best way to do is like, subscribe, comment, and share. So, my next story is when I was a little bit younger. So all of us lived together. My mom, my dad, my aunt, my uncle, my brother, and me. About 1, 2, 3. About 5 of us all lived together. And so we had this, I always had this little bike that I always rode around the back porch. Just riding around the back porch. I didn't want to go out in the yard or nothing. So I rode this bike around the back porch, and my uncle said he was going to, him and my aunt were going to take me out to eat. I about 5 or 6 maybe. We were all going to go out to eat. I forgot which. I think I remember the restaurant now. It's Bob's Big Boys. So, well, unbeknownst to me, and the back gate, the back door gate, you had the sliding door, and then he had this gate that had the wrought iron bars. So, well, I opened, and there was 2 back doors. There was one for my aunt and uncle's room, because again, we all lived together, so you can imagine one part of the family shared one room, and me and my brother, we shared another room, and then there was my mom and dad. That was their room. So it was a 3-bedroom house. It was pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good. Had a garage, everything, 2-car garage. So I'm riding my bike around, and my mom tells me, she said, hey, David, Margaret's going to take you. We're all going to go out to eat later. Well, I'm riding my bike around. I finally come back around. And the door was open, and I got, trying to get some fresh air. So I stick my head to those wrought iron bars. And it's 5, 6 years ago. Well, I don't have a small head now. I got a big head. See my head? See? Got my pumpkin head, all right? So what happened was I got stuck between them bars. My head got stuck between them wrought iron bars. And I'm like, hey, I can't move. And it scared me, right? I'm panicking. What am I doing? And the door was locked. The back door, the sliding door was open because they were all going for fresh air. I don't know. I forgot what the deal was. I was gonna ask my mom for something. And I all I know is that panic feeling of not being able to get my head out of the bars. I stuck my head to the wrought iron bars and say, hey, I was gonna ask her about, well, if I should get ready for David, or I was gonna ask something about David or something, and my head just got stuck. I got stuck to the bars and I couldn't believe it. Man, that panicked me. And I'll tell anybody, don't be putting I don't care if it's a hand, a wrist, an arm, a toe, a foot. Don't put a body part where it gonna get stuck. Because believe you me, my head got stuck. I stuck it about midway through where I was gonna talk to my mom, and then I asked her about David or my Uncle David or something. And when I went to back out to go finish riding my bike or do something, my head would not move. My head was literally stuck. So that just goes to prove that. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed these really slight little stories. It's going to be every Wednesday. I'll put up a playlist. Guys, I'm really trying to get a custom URL. So that's the biggest thing right now. So once this gets uploaded to my channel, and, all that, it's going to be fun. You guys are going to get a kick out of this thing. You guys are going to get a kick out. I got some more stories for next Wednesday, guys. I'm going to do 2 stories a week. I've got a lot of stories. For Wednesdays. It's going to be fun. Guys, stay tuned. Tomorrow is Survive the Wild. More of that on my audio game playlist. Make sure you check that out. We are going to go on another crafting and hunting scene tomorrow. So that's going to be relatively fun. And of course, Friday. I won't be here Friday, but I'm going to do 2 uploads tomorrow. I'm going to do a Eurofly upload. My what is going to be originally for Friday. I won't be here Friday. I'll be at my uncle's till Sunday. But guys, these stories are awesome. I got some stories for Wednesdays, man. I could tell you all the way back when I was a teenager, too, as well. I could tell you about school. I could tell you everything. So, guys, hope you like these 2 stories. Take care. I'll talk to you later, sonnies.
Speech on.